The New Orleans Saints preparing for not only the Vikings, but perhaps another close game. Stay tuned. The ACME Oyster House afternoon wrap starts right now. Hi again, everybody. Welcome to the Thursday edition of the ACME Oyster House Afternoon Wrap. And with John DeShazier, I'm Sean Kelley. As we come to you today from the Oshner Sports Performance Center, the indoor facilities where practice was today, John, and the offensive line making news today on the second day of the work week for the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah, we know Max Unger missed Wednesday's practice with an injured hand. He was back, but Josh Lareva's gone on IR, so that's going to hurt that depth a little bit. Now Cameron Tom is going to have to step up if indeed he needs to play. But Andrews Pete's back at practice also. Larry Warford at practice. Both of those guys are the starting guards. So Cameron Tom won't have to do anything if those guys are able to stay on the field. But so far, so good in terms of injuries in that area.
Yeah, in that area for the Vikings, it's getting better. Their offensive line is kind of coming back to order after some season injuries or first half of the season injuries. They may be a little shorthanded at running back. We'll keep an eye on that as we progress toward Sunday's game. Sunday's game, of course, matches up two of the powers in the NFC. Of course, the Vikings are 4-2-1. The New Orleans Saints, winners of 5 straight now at 5-1. And John, that cooks up to be perhaps another heart stopper in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, probably going to be a tight game. And look, the Saints want to be there in the fourth quarter because they've been virtually unstoppable. They lead the league 13.7 points a game in the fourth quarter. In 19 possessions, they have 10 touchdowns, 3 field goals, and 5 kneel downs and 1 punt in that fourth quarter. So they've been getting it done in the fourth quarter extremely well. Obviously, the 5 kneel downs leading toward victory. So they've been getting exactly what they want in the fourth quarter.
Those are eye-popping numbers for Drew Brees and the Saints offense.
We have a process, we have a strategy throughout the course of a game. And, you know, listen, in a perfect world, we'd love to start fast and finish strong and score on every drive in between. But, you know, you understand there's going to be some back and forth and there's going to be some give and take. And, you know, there's going to be some times where, you know, you're playing the field position game a little bit, or, you know, maybe the run game is just getting you 2 yards a pop, and then all of a sudden by the fourth quarter, you know, you've dented the defense a little bit, you're wearing them down, and now the runs are 4 and 5 yards a pop. So it's just part of the game. It's part of the process. You know, we feel like our offense takes a toll on the defense throughout the course of a game, just with everything that we throw at them. You know, and you know, we try to be our best at the end when you know you need to make the plays in order to win the game.
Meanwhile, on the defensive side, John, you can't say it's bad. The Saints have won 5 in a row, but because things have kind of busted in a couple of spots defensively, it's made for a little more drama than I think the Saints defense would like.
Yeah, that's been the issue. You hear Coach Payton always talk about situational football, and the Saints have been in some situations where they could have buttoned the game up a little bit tighter, but they've given up some things defensively at the end that's made the games a little bit closer, a little bit more precarious than you'd like to see.
Yeah. Marshawn Lattimore, one of the defensive backs for the New Orleans Saints, looked back immediately to the most recent game, Baltimore, the last 2 minutes of the first half, the last 2 minutes of the second half, as things he'd like to see go better.
We got to get better. If you look at our 2-minute defense, it's terrible. It's just straight like that, and we just got to get better.
What's been terrible about it? Help me understand.
Man, we've been giving up plays, big plays. At the end of the game, we haven't been finishing. That's terrible. When you're a defense, giving up plays. Our coach went through the statistics earlier, like last week, well, this past week, had about 160 yards in 2 minutes. The two-minute drives, passing, and without them, he would have had like 100 and something yards. You know, it's just little things like that. If you take away certain drives, the numbers would be so much lower. But, I mean, it is what it is. It's the numbers, and we got to just get better. We got to build off of that.
At the end of the day, these situations are serving as a learning experience for the Saints defense. So says linebacker A.J. Klein.
One, situationally, we have improved, I feel like, situational football towards the end of the games. But at the end of the day, it boils down to communication for us. We had another busted coverage at the end of the game. So working on tempo, those up-tempo situations, especially in 2 minute, to help us get better. But we do have a great understanding of route concepts, and I feel like we are growing in that area. So for us, it's just, one, getting adjusted quickly, communicating effectively. And DA and the defensive coaches are going to put us in position to make the plays. We just have to make the plays.
And that, of course, will take us to Friday, a situational day in practice for the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah, they've been better in those scenarios lately. Third down, red zone, short yardage. All of them have been pretty efficient as of late, and certainly during the 5-game winning streak.
All right, primetime Sunday night, Saints and Vikings, the schedule to be adjusted accordingly for that last game on Sunday. For John DeShazier, I'm Sean Kelley. We'll see you tomorrow right back here on the ACME Oyster House Afternoon Wrap.